Hey guys, welcome back to another video of Tom's Fish Adventures. If you watched my previous video, you'll most probably know what this video will be on. But this video today is going to be on how we like to preserve our bloodworms. So if you want to know how we preserve our bloodworms, stay tuned. Alrighty guys, so this is half the amount of bloodworms we got in the last video. And as you can see, they're looking pretty lively already. So what we'll do is I'll show you how we like to put them asleep. Alrighty guys, so I've just gone and laid all the bloodworms out on this piece of newspaper here, and the first step, or what we like to do, is as you can see there's a lot of unwanted seaweed in here, and what you want to do is just get rid of all the seaweed, and then what you want to do is just spread out all the worms nice and evenly. So what I'll do is I'll do that and then get back to you. Now I've just gone and sorted out all the seaweed, well most of the seaweed. I've tried to get it all out. You still may get a little bit in there, but that doesn't really necessarily matter. You just want to try and get most of it out. And then what I've gone and done is just spread them all out just in a nice even layer. And then I'll show you the next step. Alrighty guys, I just thought while I'm at it, what actually happens when you add salt to live bloodworms. Now this is one of the reasons why we actually do put to sleep, in a sense, our bloodworms, because of the fact that what they do is actually hemorrhage blood as the salt touches them. So check this out. Watch this. As you can see, he's starting to react with him, and he is not liking that. Well guys, there you go. As you can see, the rest of his body is all pale and the blood is slowly exiting his body through there. How cool is that? So that's mainly one of the reasons why we do chill our bloodworms, so the fact that this doesn't happen. Alrighty guys, the next step now is to make sure that all of our bloodworms are damp before we put them in the freezer. So what I'm going to do is just grab another piece of newspaper, and I'm just going to slowly soak up all that moisture. Now this may take a few tries with a few pieces of newspaper, but what you want to do is just riddle all that salt water out of them so they're virtually completely dry, or not completely dry, you want them as dry as you can possibly get them. Feel free to apply a bit of pressure as you're doing this, as you want all of that salt water out of them, all of that moisture, as much as you can get out. And now what we want to do guys is, once we've got our bloodworms dry, what we want to do is transfer them over to the deep freezer, and we want to leave them in there for around 15 to 20 minutes just so that the bloodworms go to sleep, and then once we've done that we can come back and then salt them. So guys, while the bloodworm is in the freezer, I thought I would take this time out to tell you guys that I will be having a Q&A during the next 2 weeks. So guys, I'm open to any questions about fishing, filming, photography, YouTube, anything in general. You're more than welcome to ask, and I'll try and answer it to the best of my abilities. And also guys, you can chuck a question in the comment section below of this video, any of my other videos. Also guys, I'll have links to my Instagram and Facebook, so you can chuck a question on that below. So anyway, let's get back to the bloodworms. Alrighty guys, so at this point what I'm just starting to do is just slowly sprinkling a little bit of salt, just layer by layer all over the worms. And you notice that because of the fact that we've just put them in the freezer, that they haven't started to hemorrhage with blood, and the salt just helps to preserve them guys. So you want to be quite generous as to how much salt you put on them. The more salt you put on them, the more tougher they're going to be. So well guys, there you go. You can already see that this, or even this particular worm here, is a lot tougher than it already is. You notice that in that worm that we did before, when it was alive, it started hemorrhaging all that blood. This one here has gone quite tough, but because we've put it to sleep, it has actually gone tough and it's kept the blood inside of it. So yeah guys, that is a method that we use to preserve our worms. Alrighty guys, now the final step to preserving your bloodworms is actually bagging them up. Now what we use for bagging are just these little small snap lock bags that you can buy from Coles. They're real cheap, real effective, and they come in 50 as a pack, as you can see there. So I've just finished packaging these up into little Ziploc bags, and they're looking pretty snazzy. I managed to get about 8 out of ours. That's more than enough for us throughout the year to sustain us until the next Bloodworm run. But yeah, so that is how we process and preserve our Bloodworms. Off to the freezer they go. Well guys, I hope that gave you a bit of an insight of how we preserve our bloodworms. That was just our method. We find it works better for us. There's a lot of other methods. A lot of people do it with methylated spirits. You can just do it on your own. There's a lot of different ways people do it. I guess it's just a matter of trial and error. Whatever works best for you, and yeah. Make sure to like, subscribe, share with your mates. Also remember, subscribing is free, so if you do that would be absolutely great. My main ambition for this channel by the end of this year is to get it to 1,000 subscribers. And I could only do that without your help, so I can't subscribe to myself, but you guys can. So yeah guys, if you could really help me out by subscribing, that would be absolutely awesome. Also guys, when you subscribe to my channel, beside my subscribe button, there is a little notifications bell. If you could click that, what that does is actually notifies you of whenever I upload a video. So it notifies you straight away, so you guys can be the first viewers to watch my videos. So if you like that, please make sure to like, subscribe, share with your mates, and stay tuned for more. You.